Believe it or not, we're halfway through month 1 of the new year already. And if you haven't taken the first steps towards your fitness commitments yet, the time to start is now. Welcome to the show that's going to show you how to do that. Welcome to the Men's Health and Women's Health Show. On the show today, an almost miraculous weight loss, how Dionne Alves went from 104 kilos to 70. Our brain expert Dr. Doraiswamy's tips to sharpen your brain. And our restaurant spy goes cheating on her diet. Today she's looking for packaged foods. Sometimes you've got to wonder, is yoga still a fitness art form? Or is it a victim of overpackaging, overselling, overmarketing? There now exist more forms of yoga in Western countries than in India itself. Today we take yoga back to its roots. A 25-year-old boy from a small village in Haryana, a men's health discovery, is impressing the world with his spine-busting moves. Guess what? He's also impressing every girl in sight.
This is not a contortionist at work. This is a fitness lover who eats, sleeps and breathes yoga.
Namaste, I am Pratik Dagar. I am practicing yoga from the last 17 years and teaching yoga from the last 5 years. Currently I am teaching yoga in Hong Kong as a yoga instructor from the last 3 years.
Yoga is popularly thought to be a workout for the elderly. But this 25-year-old, with his almost effortless, painless and trouble-free looking moves, makes yoga seem modern and fashionable.
Yoga is my passion. I love yoga. I breathe yoga. I love to bend. I love to see flexible people around me. And I discovered yoga when I was 8-year-old. From there I started to take part in the yoga championships, and that is how my yoga journey begins.
From a small village in Haryana to the hustle-bustle of Hong Kong, this award-winning yoga champion has come a long way. A yoga guru at just 25, he caters to numerous international clients in Hong Kong. He isn't just making yoga cool and trendy, but also integrating his mind and nervous system into a deeper connection with his spirit. So what is the secret of back bending after all?
If there is a perfect machine in the world, it is the human body, and yoga can make you to achieve that perfection by regular practicing of yoga.
So what are the things to keep in mind when you are sweating it out on your yoga mat?
It takes long time to achieve that advanced level of yoga. As a yoga instructor, I can advise you to do all these yoga postures with the help of yoga instructor, which can help you to move from intermediate to the advanced level. My 3 tips would be regular in the practice, do yoga practice under some experienced yoga instructor, and know your limits, know your body limits.
Next up is our version of 50 Shades of Grey. World-renowned brain expert Dr. Doraiswamy of Duke University shows us how our brain ages. By reading semi-explicit porno novels? Maybe not.
So Brain Doctor's question for the day: how does your brain age, and when does it start aging? Well, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is not everything is downhill with aging. There are several things that actually get better with aging. And by aging, I'm talking about when people go from their 20s and 30s into their 40s, 50s, and 60s. The first thing that gets better with aging is, of course, wisdom. We are wiser, we have more experiences, we have more things to draw from. The second thing that gets better with aging is our emotional resilience. We are better at handling stress, and we don't react as instinctively to negative events. What are some of the things that go bad with aging. The first thing is your short-term memory might decline a little bit, and also your memory for words and names. So that's why you have something called the tip of the tongue syndrome, where you think you can remember a person's name, but you somehow just can't get it out. The other thing that gets worse with aging is your ability to multitask. The younger digital generation is much better at multitasking than older people. That's why, for example, when you watch a news channel and you're seeing something on the main screen and there's a ticker tape running underneath, that's irritating for old people, whereas young people's brains thrive on it. So there are 3 tips that I'm going to give you to prevent your brain from aging. One comes from a remarkable study called the counterclockwise study, where they actually took a group of people in their 60s and made them live in a house like they were in their 30s. And they found that just thinking young can actually physiologically turn back the clock and improve all of the physiological signs of aging. So think young. The second is research that shows that the main way that the brain ages is by reduced blood supply. There's something called hardening of the blood vessels. Small strokes, blockages, and clots form in the blood vessels of the brain, preventing the brain from accessing its full blood supply. Therefore, exercise, a heart-healthy diet is very important for keeping your brain young. The third thing that really keeps your brain young is combating the effects of stress. So the less stress-free, the less stressful the life that you lead, the more rest that you get, the more that you sleep, and the more creative things that you do in your life, the younger and more flexible your brain is.
Stories of weight loss are always inspiring, and today's is especially so. 24-year-old Dionne Alves went from 104 kilos to 70 and won her life back. Here's one girl you have to admire.
Hi, my name is Dionne. I'm a fashion designer. I was at 104 kilos and now I fluctuate between 69 to 70 depending on my food intake. I came across this picture looking on Facebook and I was like, do I really look like that? I shouldn't be looking like that. I can look twice as better than that, you know. So when I saw the picture, I actually started crying. I'm like, no, I gotta change from here. And I just worked out for 2 years straight. I started sleeping early, I started eating right, and continuous water throughout the whole day because that just kickstarts your metabolism to a very high level. Your diet, your exercise and discipline, they all go hand in hand with each other. Firstly, it's mostly your diet. You need to get rid of all the packet food because anything in a packet is going to just pile up the fat everywhere. And then secondly, your exercise is a must. So it tones every part of your body, and if discipline is there, you see results faster. If there's no discipline, you're not going to get anywhere. For breakfast, my breakfast, I enjoy it the most because it kickstarts your whole day. I start with like a cup of green tea and that too 2 packets of it. And then after that I have a whole bowl of oats, a big bowl of fruits and egg whites and spinach. That's my breakfast. And then for lunch I'm very light. It's like salmon. It's all steamed, boiled food. Sometimes it's not that appetizing, but it's healthy and it does give you the results. And my night is like only soups and salads. I work out all the days of the week besides one day. One day you have to give your body your rest, and then it's also your cheat day. Sunday can be a cheat day. So Monday I'll start with the upper body. Then my Tuesday would be cardio, Wednesday would be lower body, and then Thursday would be functional training, and then cardio again. So depending how you want it to go. And there's also lots of weights. And cardio is actually every day. You got to do a little bit of cardio every day. Well, the thing is, your biggest motivation should be yourself, not anything else around you. For me, example, I had the picture of myself at 104 kilos, so it was myself that motivated me to get what I am right now. Well, the thing is, when you're fat, your people are not so nice to you, and you get called names, and that's not really nice. So now when people see me, and when boys look at me, now they're like, oh, and before when they see me, they're like, oh, she's fat, you know. But now it's like, okay, now she's becoming hotter.
Now you may believe it or not, but fashion and fitness go hand in hand. At a recent men's health fashion shoot, actor Ali Fazal showed us how to get fit, all to make your clothes look better on you.
I actually have never trained. So I'm pretty much like thousands of my friends out there, because you know, I'm not the chiseled model, you know, but now that I've delved into a particular role that I'm doing now, which requires that kind of a physique and a body. So I've just started pumping up. I do a lot of CrossFit training. Every dietitian, every guy is going to give you a list, and there's no point remembering, because maybe that works for me, it does not work for you. Everyone has a particular body type. So I guess the basic and simplest way to go about it is, if this is your breakfast, you keep cutting down. At sunset, zoop. What I follow is lots of eggs in the morning. I have my cereal, I have my coffee. I go for my workout in the morning, so I have a little warm water with honey and go for my, you know, have a little cereal and muesli. Give a little break, then work out, then come back and have a good breakfast, and that's when the day starts. So every 2-3 hours you basically end up having something or the other. I'm a chocolate man if I could be. I could play a chocolate man if there was a movie on chocolate. I swear. Cadbury was the best, it's not an invention, but it's the best thing that happened to this world. Yeah, and I think great food is what we work for at the end of the day. So I wouldn't say go crazy on, you know, saltless diets or you know, crazy, you know, diets. Keep it moderate. Get a good workout in. I think that's what is the key to everything.
It's time now for our now trending stat of the week. A new study at the Mayo Clinic revealed that adding a few drops of lemon water into a glass of water boosts liver function. It increases the amount of bile it produces, which in turn helps your body burn stored fat. So instead of your morning cup of tea or coffee, have the calorie-free Nimbu Pani instead, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, the busier your life gets, the more dependent you get on packaged foods. But can you heat and eat and still keep your food habits intact? Our restaurant spy of the week has some great ready-to-eat answers.
With our lives becoming busier by the day, can we rely on ready-to-heat packaged food for our daily meals? I'm at Food Hall Gurgaon, and our nutritionist Lavneet Batra will be coming soon to give us a sneak peek on what to watch out for when you're picking food off the shelf.
In today's busy life, it's very easy to go for ready-to-eat options, especially when you don't have time to cook. But you need to make the right choices. Let's see what choices we have today. for a quick fix. You can always use them as salad dressings or sandwich spreads. Here, from a wide range of dips, I'm going to pick basil pesto. Basil is a natural detoxifier. It also consists of walnuts, which has essential fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids, and consists of olive oil, which gives you good fat. But if you are looking for something which is low in fat, go for dips which are naturally low in fat, such as salsa. Salsa is made with tomatoes. Tomatoes are very high in lycopene, which is a great antioxidant and can help reverse the sign of aging. Don't be tempted by fat-free labels, because fat-free dressings could be high in enhancers and sugars, and also fat is required in your diet as a healthy balance. Sandwiches and pizzas are always an easy pick, but between the two, I would go for a sandwich. Sandwich is pre-packaged and kept here for a day, but a pizza is pre-packaged and kept for 3 days. For a sandwich, always go for whole wheat options because it is high in fiber. Here, the pizza is made with multigrain flour. Multigrain could be misleading because if there are different refined flours used in the dough, then it would qualify for multigrain but low in fiber. So go for whole varieties instead of multigrain options. For your fillings, in your sandwich, go for cheese and vegetable option instead of mayonnaise because cheese offers the benefit of protein. For your pizza, go for fresh varieties of cheese such as mozzarella and feta instead of processed cheese. Of tandoori paneer tikka and tandoori fruits. Fruits are definitely part of a healthy meal, but cut fruits really do not give a lot of benefits which they are supposed to give. Also, having tandoori fruits can rebound hunger very quickly. So I'll go for a paneer option. It could be high in calories, but it will give you satiety for a longer time. But be sure to check your ingredients and make sure the marination is not done in cream. Check the first 3 ingredients and they should be healthy. In this paneer tikka, the marination is used of hung curd. Hung curd can be very good for digestion and is a natural probiotic. Now I'm going to move on to frozen foods. Out of all packed foods, frozen foods are one of the healthiest options. They tend to preserve the nutrients at its best. But even when you're picking your frozen foods, be sure to check the ingredients. From the frozen foods, I'm picking paratha, tawa paratha and methi paratha. Be sure to check the label and look for not just the calories but also added sugar and amount of sodium it has. The food doesn't need to taste sweet for it to have sugar in it. So make sure you always check the sugar quantity in your packaged food. Now it's time for me to heat this food and eat it. When eating packed foods, not just the calories, but also the nutrients in the food matter. Make sure to check for total sugars, which should be less than 10 grams. The salt or the sodium content should be less than 700 milligrams. And the fat should be less than 10 grams per meal. Also be sure to check your serving sizes. The true serving size will be the one which you're actually consuming. So make sure to check how many servings actually come in your packet. It will be a good idea to go for options which give 3 to 4 grams of fiber per serving. Instead of going for all natural labels, make sure to check your ingredient list. If your ingredient list is too long and has more than 5 ingredients which you cannot pronounce or recognize, I would say don't go for that packed food. Packed foods are easy fixes and not an absolute solution for healthy living. They are high in preservatives and low in nutrients. So go for home cooked meals as much as you can to stay healthy.
With that, we come to the end of yet another episode. If you want more regular updates, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jamal Sheikh. And until next week, keep healthy, wealthy, wise. Because you know, we won't be happy with your fit, not until you're at your fittest.